Here we are at Deerfield, and it started off this morning and the temperature was 36 degrees, but we expect it to warm up quite a bit. You'll see a lot of what we call typical hams, and I've talked to some hams and they sounded pretty good. So I hope you enjoy what we're going to see. We're going to look all around Deerfield and see what the Near Fest really looks like. Okay, we're talking to Tim, WA1HLR, who is fairly famous on 3880, but I want to talk a little bit about Near Fest. Can you tell me how you came to be involved in Near Fest and what's it all about?
Well, basically it's my association with Mike Crestall, known as Mr. Mike, who's W1RC now, and I've known Mike probably since 1980. We've had a number of adventures together. Well, basically when the Hoss Traders gang, which had been doing the famous Hoss Traders Ham Fest, came to a close after doing it for 33 years, it left this huge vacuum. And people were scrambling, trying to figure out what they wanted to do to perpetuate the Ham Fest. So the most treasured place was the fairgrounds, Deerfield, New Hampshire, which you see here. You have the relaxation stage, which is, you know, it's what you call a free radio station known as the Pirate Ship. There's a number of other free radio stations here. I have a little AM on 650 kilohertz running about a watt into a very thin, which you cannot see it unless the camera picks it up, piece of wire going up into the tree.
Oh, let me see.
You can see the
I
end
can,
of the insulator.
I can see it, but I can't quite.
Glistening away.
There it is. I got the insulator.
Yep. So these little radio efforts cover the fairgrounds, and we give up-to-date announcements. The music formats are different. A lot of the time I split my AM apart. There's another pirate station, as they call themselves, on 88.1. But that's only a small aspect of the Hamfest. Now it's run by a bunch of people that really care. But just backing things up, Mike got in touch with the Deerfield Fairground Committee. And they were perhaps a little lukewarm, but accepting to listen to us. And we had to come up with a sizable down payment to secure the grounds. Oh, I think it was $2,500.
Okay.
I think to get in the gate. So we had advanced ticket sales, and people were just snapping them up, and the money kept rolling in. So it was a very easy thing to get up and rolling. And we were blessed with good weather, like this, the first Near Fest, Near Fest 1, this being Near Fest 4. Just been very successful.
What's the general, how many people do you generally get?
I would say 2,000, maybe 2,500, somewhere around that.
And where do the prizes come from? Where do some of the people that you
by
get?
the vendors in the commercial buildings.
Okay.
We have many different vendors that are happy to be here. And we have the prize chairman who solicits and gets the prizes, and people just keep changing titles. The thing is, with the Hoss Traders Hamfest, you had 3 guys, Joe, Norm, and Bob. And they were there consistently, year in, year out, and they dealt with everybody. And that was quite a burden. Now, I've lost track of how many people are directly involved with the Near Fest, but it's a lot more than 3.
So it makes the work a lot easier for everybody involved.
And there's a synergy between everybody, and it flows. And then when you come here and you see all these people and everybody having a good time, it just is like the energy, the momentum of it just keeps it rolling along.
You've had a reputation in the past of being a little offbeat.
Always. I mean, life would be, normal is dull and boring.
On 3880, you've coined new words.
3885,
3885.
We call it the AM window, which extends from 3860 to 3890, much to the chagrin of other people that operate the other mode known as single sideband or slot bucket.
You've had a reputation of being a little offbeat, but this is kind of like an establishment. You're doing good for ham radio and everybody, and
always wanted to.
But you fit into the establishment. Is this?
Well, it's
is
what
this
you
the
call,
Tim that we know?
It is, but I've aged.
Okay.
You don't want to take a wild guess at my age.
I don't know.
At this point, 59 and a half.
59 and a half.
Yeah, we're all getting a little gray around the edges. So,
How successful has this particular one, this one been?
hard to say at this point. We're hoping for more people to show, being Saturday.
Right.
But there's other venues going on. There's, I believe, there's a couple of other fairs. Topsfield Fair, which is a big draw in Massachusetts, has probably pulled some people to it because it's a family-oriented kind of thing, and the weather is just absolutely perfect. This is the kind of weather for a ham fest.
Yeah.
There's been many other ham fests where the clouds have opened up and it's just rained.
Yeah, there have been many.
Yeah.
Have you had, without naming names, which I don't think you would anyway, what kind of problems have you had?
On which point, you know?
No, have you had any hams that were less than fair, less than honest? Any hams that tried to sneak in?
Oh yeah, and we deal with them. You'll have to meet Paulie, our sergeant at arms. He's the enforcer.
So if someone's I would guess most of the hams are decent fellows.
Oh yes, but there are always those few miscreants who try to slip one over on us, or they don't play by the rules.
Has that happened here? Has that happened at this session?
A little.
A little. Okay.
There's been a couple of people that have been given the boot.
Okay, that's a good way. That's a good way to put it. Okay, how do you view the administration and leadership of Nearfest?
Well, I'll cap it up in one statement. The inmates are running the asylum now.
All right, thank you.
Because we started with a basic trailer, had to gut it all out.
Right.
Tore the roof off because it was just tin over 2x4s.
Right.
Replaced some of the 2x4s that were a little messed up and twisted. Kind of beefed everything up structurally.
Which you really have to do.
Yeah.
Given the kind of service that
Yeah.
you're going to
And then put 1/2-inch plywood with a PVC membrane roof over the top, so you can walk around up there and store stuff. And built all the aluminum roof racks up there. I have 525 amp hours of battery. Okay, so we got it's all 12-volt lighting. The furnace, the propane, all that stuff can run on 12 volts for the hot water. This Astron power supply here is, because it's nice and quiet, linear power supply.
Right.
We're using that through the West Mountain Radio power gate to trickle charge the batteries to keep them topped off. And it's also supplied, and you see we're pulling almost 25 amps right now with all the lighting, whatever stuff's running in here. With the this power inverter is drawing most of that right now. Is powering up the server and all the networking equipment. That's the Wi-Fi router you guys were seeing, and you'll see I got the EVDO air card plugged in there. So I go out, I got a little Yagi pointing off to the cell site, and then there's the gray vertical, which is the Wi-Fi antenna. It's a very high gain. It's the highest gain Wi-Fi antenna I could find. We have 15 hardwired Ethernet connections throughout the trailer. There's 10 on the radio bench, 2 at the dinner table, 1 at each of the 3 bunks back here. So we have 5 operating positions through here.
Yeah.
HF, VHF, UHF, satellite, amateur television. You name it, we've got it in here. APRS. We've got the server computer down here, which is, you see up there with that little funny little HamCOW graphic.
Oh, yeah.
Ham radio communications on wheels. That's what HamCOW is.
Okay.
So anyway, we got the server computer primarily for when we're doing contesting. We network all the contesting software, and then we can Wi-Fi out. And obviously, each operating station has 4 coax connectors. That tower's slick. I picked that up brand new in the crate, surplus. Guy in Marshfield, Massachusetts had it. It was 20 years old, but it was still in the crate.
Wow.
What he did is he pulled. I stole it for $2,500.
Wow. You did?
I did, absolutely.
How tall is it? Its full extension?
42 feet.
You stole it, and you stole a good one.
Damn good.
Tell me what this is.
This is an EEG machine, commonly used in hospitals to monitor brain waves.
But with all the hams here, do you think it might not read anything if a ham?
Well, we weren't thinking about that
We're
originally
not
when we got here.
certified to judge that or to
Yeah, actually,
brain waves.
We plead the fifth.
That's right.
Okay.
We're thinking someone might want to harvest the switches from it though.
Well, the one thing you wouldn't want to sell here to hams is anything that requires exercise, like an exercise machine.
Yeah, no, this is great. You can just sit on your table and just have hours of fun just sitting there.